Coinbase listed XRP, was available for trading. The SEC filed a lawsuit. Even the details of how that filing took place with Jay Clayton is a bit fishy, but that's another conversation. Coinbase then halted XRP trading. It's still an asset listed on your site. Talk to us about that. Was that a legal thing or more of a risk mitigation thing? Like, okay, as a business, we need to protect our company. And while we may view XRP as not a security, we have to halt trading. Is that the premise behind or the thought process behind it?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Coinbase regularly evaluates assets not only for initial listing, but potentially for delisting or pausing when we come to learn new information and new facts and circumstances. I know that for many holders of XRP, it has been frustrating that they have not been able to trade their assets on Coinbase while this SEC case has been pending. That hasn't stopped Coinbase from carefully monitoring the state of the litigation. And as much as anybody else who's been following the docket in that case, I've certainly paid attention to the fact that the defendants in that case have done a masterful job of pushing the SEC and raising serious questions about the SEC's entire theory that undergirds that case. In fact, I was so persuaded by those efforts that Coinbase filed its own brief in that case in support of several of the important defenses that Ripple and others are raising. So we have a strong interest in making sure that these issues get resolved in the appropriate way. I've admired the way that the XRP defendants have defended that case. Just as a lawyer practicing his craft, I can't help but observe that Stu Alderati and the others at Ripple have just done an incredible job of mounting an effective defense. And I'm hopeful that the court in that case will see that the SEC's theories have serious issues. I think the briefing in that case has been excellent. And we're all going to find out soon what the trial judge thinks of the arguments that have been made. I would just call out, though, for those listening, that the decision of the trial court is just the first step, I suspect, in a longer process. This case has a very high likelihood of being appealed, regardless of who wins or loses at the trial court level. And so, as much as any of us would love to have resolution of that particular issue soon, I suspect we're all going to be in for a little bit of a longer wait as the case plays out further in the appellate courts.
So let's say in a scenario, the ruling from the judge is in favor of Ripple. Will Coinbase then make the assessment, you know what, it looks like things are moving in the direction of XRP and Ripple and so forth, relist XRP or restart trading?
It's possible. It would all, of course, depend upon the basis for the ruling, the judge's legal reasoning, our assessment of whether or not an appeals court would affirm that decision. So a lot's going to depend on the particulars of how that court rules. I know that's not going to be terribly satisfying to some, but we do have a responsibility as a publicly listed company to tread carefully in this area and with respect to any token that's the subject of federal court litigation. But I'm very, very eager, as much as anyone else, to see how the court rules. And what I can say is, as soon as we have that ruling, we will put it into our process to see if we need to revisit our listing decision.